Sahanavavatu. That's what we have seen today, all lamas. And we living together, working together, eating together. And in that great effort for bringing the entire Sangha, so adding all our hands, every effort makes an event very successful. Sahaviryam karavavahai, partaking, all of us, like in a family, for a noble cause, taking appreciative joy, glancing all those lamas, listening to their prayers, seeing their humility. If you can tune into, mind becomes so calm, so quiet. It touches whole being, 38 trillion cells. One can experience what is sacredness. We may not lead the life like them, but glancing them, doing something for them. And one can experience what it is like. That is much more. That's what Shakyamuni the Buddha says. King Upasenade. For such alms giving, the greatest alms giving ceremony by King Upasenade of the kingdom of the Kosala and his wife. Mallika, the Mallika is a wife. So devoted to the Buddha, but not so much King Upasenade, but already Buddha spent considerable time in Shravasti. His name and fame world over. All kingdoms and the kings always felicitate him, offer him all the time the alms, like Anatha Pindika to all the billionaires. One day Mallika said, "O king, Buddha agreed to come to our kingdom. All angels come, all countries' princes come, and all billionaires come and they do. But what have we done in our own country? How much he is helping us?" That's true, Mallika. So then King Pasenade. So he said, befitting to the Buddha, "O Mallika, we will perform the great alms giving ceremony." So never heard, no one can do. Then, so the king of Pasenade declared in his entire kingdom, everyone should come. I know. Entire defense team, the defense team of all the horses, the defense team of all the elephants, fully decorated, all the horses fully decorated, all the soldiers in fully decorated, of all kinds. And while all those soldiers who are supposed to performing arts, while performing those arts, so the king of Pasenadi laid a golden coins spread, for the Buddha to walk. Entire palace, all the beautiful women in the palace and outside the palace, specially appointed, invited all the kings, offered them the best of the hospitality and, so that they can witness the event. So, never heard the money spent runs into something like a millions and a million, every king surprised. They never thought King Pasenadi would spend. But King Pasenadi and all the gods uninvited, they wanted to witness because it's for the Buddha. They wanted to see. Wish they had an opportunity like that to show to the humans how incredible the Buddha and the Mahadana, great alms giving ceremony to the Buddha at that scale. What a blessing it is. So King Pasenadi called all the lamas, all the bhikkhus, all the monks, all the nuns from Rajagaha to everywhere invited. While all of them follow the Buddha, Buddha is led on a royal elephant, which only a king uses, offered to the white elephant, which looked like a majestic Airavata. So the Buddha was requested to ascend. Understand? So while all the flowers, while all the hydro-distilled, the best fragrances, and while all the hydrosols of the sacred waters that cools down, while being sprayed all over the masses, while flowers being as if it is a raining of the flowers, while showering down, the Buddha is all Buddha and his retinue invited in such a, while drum beats, beat the drum, while all those flutes playing the best, while all those the best dancers, while they're dancing, they were all invited. King Pasenadi, wife Mallika, in Sambhogayana, got first level enlightened. Glancing, she told her husband, her desire is vanished. All her desire of seeing the Buddha in such a felicitation is fulfilled. She profusely thanked her husband. For having performed, Buddha declared, this is only one time in the entire life of the Buddha. A Buddha gives an opportunity only. That opportunity only one king gets. And that king happens to be Pasenadi, because the best of the Dharma he is hosting. He has offered his own forest of almost 75 acres, or huge forest that is owned by the king himself to the Buddha. So with the result, of course, Mallika went to the enlightened. Only 1 week. She stranded a little bit, but after 1 week she got liberated, went to the heaven. King Pasenadi, for the charity, for this Mahadana he performed, after the day he left his body, Indra, Shakya, the Indra, the king of the Tusita, came with his entire retinue, with all the elephants, white elephants, with all his soldiers, with all his beautiful dancing angels, to take Pasenadi to the Tusita heaven. With the result. So, then the Buddha declared, O monks, you see, even one act of highest meritorious, of felicitating like a Buddha, in purest of volition, spending not even a blinking an eye, entire treasury, the king who emptied it out. So, that will befit him. to be only not less than a Suvarloka, the king of the Suvarloka, the Tusita heaven. Yama cannot touch him. Once there he will come across the Buddha. Though in this life he did not have a time to work, but now in Tusita heaven he will come and contact with the next Buddha, and he will become like a King Bimbisara. One day he will be born. He will be felicitating, and he will become a completely devoted like a Bimbisara, and he will enlighten completely. Understand? So these were written. If you go through the chronicles, if you go through the teachings of each one of these saints, so also in the Vedic times too, the great charities performed, given to the saints given. Buddha said, it is more than anything given to anyone. A person who is leading a purity, life of a purity, if at all, if you get such a person, first of all, to such a person, if at all, if you have an opportunity to give something, if at all, if such a person accepts your hospitality, understand? So many lifetimes, punya that one must have done to come in contact to all that, to happen to clear that indebtedness, and with the result. So there was a punna, a lay farmer at the time of the Buddha. Lay farmer. Buddha means far-reaching, where he doesn't have time to felicitate, to see even a Buddha or to understand his teachings. But, so like here the nomads in the villages, so when they look at the lamas, you can see their utter devotion to them. Like Lalung village when you went. So it so happened that day, the Punna is plowing the field. His wife is behind the plow. She is, so throwing. So she is so dropping the seeds for the crop, And so it was a meal time. So it was already 12 o'clock in the noon. So it is a meal time. It got delayed already. So poor, they don't have anything to eat. Whatever little bit is there. So he was sitting. He washed his hands, legs. The wife also washed. Wife offered the water to him. So she was telling her husband, Punya, you have been working since morning, but I can't fulfill your stomach. There is not enough food, So you please have it. So I am only walking behind you, dropping the seeds. You are the one who is plowing. No, my dear wife. So that our culture doesn't agree. First, you need to have it. Then I will have it. No, husband. Then, so Sariputta, the Buddha's chief disciple, the right hand chief disciple. So in those days, so once in a year, once in 2 years, sometimes if they don't get time, like these lamas, they're completely engaged, very busy. Sariputta, so engaged in the teaching, and that is chief marshal. So thousands of lamas and the heads, savakas and upasavakas, and so he's a chief mahasavakas, and he's a great. So his level is like you have like Geshes and like a Dalai Lamas, etc. So that is the level of totally engaged, doesn't get time. Buddha always encourages them to enter into called a Nirodha Samapatti, means if you get, rejuvenate yourself so that will nurture the consciousness, fill the entire world with the consciousness. So you must go into a cave for a 1 week, enter into Tumdum. So for them it is not called a Tumdum, it is called a so Nirvana, Brahma Nirvana. So you enter into that Brahma Nirvana, and so you 1 week and then come out. So you will have more energy and more clarity in your teaching. Your teaching becomes more powerful, more self-coupling, more people get benefited. He always encouraged. So after a long time, Sariputta got such an opportunity. He went into the cave, where he got enlightened, in gratitude to the cave, where he meditated. After so many years, almost 30 years. So Sariputta entered into that 1 week he was in the cave, terminated the consciousness. So when a Lama comes out, when a Buddha, so when that kind of accomplished people come out of that Nirodha Samapatti, their entire body, their entire being, the energy field of purity is so abundant, so high it is. He just came out of a meditation, the solitude, like these Nyingma Lamas and all, they go. But Buddha Sariputta level is different. He just left, he just walked. So he has to go to, he has to go miles away to the, so he's singing bowl, he's baking bowl and all. Mind doesn't go, so he came out. So he is passing by this field where the Punna and his wife sat under a tree. So they could not believe a monk, a Lama, that side coming. Impossible. That too, they are passing through their field. And so they both of them spontaneously got up because they could see it is a great, they do not know either Sariputta or anything. Both of their hair stood and their skin. That's called second samadhi, bliss. The hair standing, absorbed into that. They just went prostrate in front to his lotus feet. And, oh sir, we do not know, but for sure you are an enlightened. So we are a devotees of Buddha. Today Buddha himself, I am not a Buddha, I am only a disciple of, so you are such incredible. What a punya we must have done today. Now Sarthaka, our life is sanctified today. Kindly, we are so poor people, we don't have anything. We know, anything we have to give. But we are the poorest of poor. This is only the meal we have, But this meal is of not that quality or that quantity, to satiate, But and this quality of the food is most, undeserving. It is for a person like you, it is not fit. So Sariputta looking into their devotion, their utter humility, utter poverty. The only meal, that little meal, he accepted. Sariputta accepted. And again their hair stood. They profusely thanked for accepting the meal offered by them. Their stomach is full. They were in ecstasy. They were so joyful. And both of them experienced the first level of enlightenment. First level of enlightenment. By the time as they remembered the event and as they walked into their home, they got fully enlightened. And by the time they walked into their home, they found home is full of grains, full of money. Like Sudama, the Kuchel at the time of the Krishna's childhood friend you will find. And when Sariputta went to the Buddha, Buddha smiled. Sariputta surprised why Buddha smiled. He asked, "Oh, Buddha, what is the reason for you to smile? Is it something I did wrong?" "No, Sariputta. On your way, yes, on my way, there is a poor couple, Punya. I could understand. They offered a meal. Yes, from Nirodha Samapatti, so the one who just comes out of that samadhi, anyone offers the food. That is the greatest, that is called great meal. Maha Annadana. A noble person entered into Brahma Nirvana, again a coming out, so whoever offers, so that's called a Mahadana. That dana is so many lifetimes merit, one gets that dana opportunity. And with the result of that Mahadana, one gets enlightened. Truly, that is deserving for them. They don't have to use any meditation, anything. They don't. Automatically happens. The all vairagya automatically comes. So that couple got. So when you taught, they got first level enlightened. By the time they went, this is what happened, you said. So Sariputta, face shining, smiling. "Oh, incredible Buddha. I didn't know. Truly they deserve." I could see, truly they deserve. Then Buddha told, so whoever, so an enlightened person or people lead pure life, anything offered to them. So one can spontaneously, the one who can rejoice the dana, even by given by others, or if at all one has an opportunity to offer a meal to them, and while they are eating, if their hair is standing, understand, that is the true Avalokiteshvara practice. No meditation can give. So that Mahadanas will give. Out of 700 or 750 lamas present. Understand? So, do you think so? They will tell us what are their levels. They don't even tell they practice yoga or anything. Such is their simplicity. There are the head lamas, they are the trainers of Nyingma lamas into so many methods. Those who are capable of sending the people into the heavens, to whom we offer dana. So, understand. So what is the importance of it? What is sacred? Day it is. How many people in the world got such an opportunity, tell me? Understand? So partaking. So the ceremony of a Mahadana, each one of you, so many lifetimes, you are already connected to this sacred land, the sacred peaks. Otherwise, even your friends, whoever came, for sure, they have somewhere something deep inside. Understand? It is not something like, what not in our places, being brought up in a Vedic ashrams and all. But where is that purity, tell me? I can't tell. Even in India, even a single ashram I can't tell. I can't even tell. Yes, at the time of Shankaracharya, etc. The one who went to Himalayas and ordained comes back. As long as they live that purity maintained. But now which Guru comes from the Lama? Which Guru whom you can quote? They are from Himalayas. Which ashram? Tell me. Understand? We perform. You have seen our family perform. Every yaga we perform. Chandi yaga to, Sudarshana yaga to, Aishya homas to. We are performing all the Vedic rituals. But the purity of those, you name a Guru, you name a priest. Understand? What a feast to watch such a sacred ceremony, to have an opportunity to represent such a sacred ceremony. Understand? So, such an outstanding event and opportunity given to us. Understand? You can see that Dankar Lama, every Lama is inviting us. What they gave us, they would not give only to like big people. The mementos, So, the tankas and all from Pin Valley and Key Monastery, etc. So what a reflection in them, what a gratitude in them. They don't have to give us actually, but that's the Himalayan culture I always tell you. So that's how we earn their blessings. We earn their compassion, their generosity. When you visit these monasteries, naturally they treat you well. They will show you everything. So that is impending your visit to these monasteries. Understand? So they will show you everything. We're connected. Understand? They are inviting us. From their heart, they understand much deeper than what we understand about them, about our purity. Understand? So the head Lama of Tabo finally explaining, so about me and about our accomplishments, about this incredible event, that we are performing. Understand? How systematically, what a discipline, 750 people, their chant and synchronization, isn't it? Understand? So as one thing ends, someone in the row, in the front, starts the next. Again, the lamas, head lamas pick up. It goes on. The blessing chants given to us at the end. What a blessing for all those who contributed. Understand? So, how simply they went. And yes, since we told, if anyone missed, please collect. So, they waited patiently for their, so missed those who could not come today, for them, a bag patiently waiting. You have seen how joyful when, as you bid farewell in every vehicle, you can see the joy in their faces. Perhaps the joy you won't even see in your own children. For a meal offered to them, the joy in them, you can see. How much we do to our family members. But have you ever seen that kind of the joy? Understand? So, there is a pleasure there is a happiness when one foregoes as if having nothing. So they lead their life as if they don't have anything. That's why the joy so in their faces, even for a small offering we have done perhaps. You see, the small lamas to big lama, everyone is so So you can see the joy in them while living. So that invitation is not for us, it is for you. Please visit our Gompa. So what else? So in a spiritual journey one requires. They are entirely, that is the purest tradition. That's why I brought you so long. This is the purest Vedic tradition, understand? It is in Tibetan language. That's all. Even today, they maintain exactly the same. So what this event is all about, what the traditions is all about. So they have all levels. It's a majority of them too. So their existence, as I said, different here. Understand? Why I brought you here? That's what I am explaining it to you. Where there is a purity there. If you walk by a jasmine garden, you automatically your clothes will smell jasmine. Just you pass. If you pass by a stinking pit at home, why? My wife often tells, because sometimes my work involves some solvents and all. When I closely work with those solvents, when I go, we have a solvent called tributyl phosphate. That tributyl phosphate, so once it comes in contact with the uranium, the smell is so, the smell, even you use the soup or detergent, the smell of your clothes will not go. On the contrary, if any other cloth is kept, so, stink, you see. So, why I brought you here? Why we are coming here? Understand? Language is gone. Culture is gone. Money has come. Over. So, at least someone's presence like this. So, whether you continue or not, but your DNA memory, you have experienced this land, their presence. You have done something to them. That merit enough. Understand? So volunteers working so hard since yesterday. Everyone. You see that Srilata and all can't even walk. But entire cooking for 750 people, she and her mothers. Like this, all my colleagues. Hardly they were sleeping yesterday night at 1 o'clock. That carpet, what they use, the tent house fell everywhere. It is having all the, heat and oil, everything. How come we can? So then I told them we have to get a cloth. That cloth arrived yesterday night, almost 1 o'clock. So that white cloth is kept, spread over. Luckily we got in the Rampur. Otherwise, where is the time to get from Chandigarh? So white cloth, so it is laid down. All the even Lama working, all volunteers working almost sleeplessly for the event. However, so I congratulate all of you because all expected, coordinating with the minister, etc. There could be some, here and there, so lacunas, but finally, the lamas are happy. We could see how they went. So I always analyze with my volunteers what we could, where we went wrong. Immediately it's better. That is the quality of any event. We need to investigate. It's not that how beautiful it went, but with our volunteers, where all we could have improved or where all we went wrong. Understand? Because complacency is not good with the lamas. However, all of you have conducted so well, 150 people. So, I admire you all, I adore you all for making this event a great success. All the volunteers, I appreciate. I congratulate their efforts. So it's not easy. The Tabo, every head lama, every lama, highly appreciated. The food, the taste of the food, they said they all enjoyed. So and everything, they said. So they have, they have not imagined the ambience. Everything what the whole thing, the lamas felt so peaceful, so grateful. They expressed their joy, anumodhana for our, so the Mahadana. So they have expressed their anumodhana, that you should know, so that your heart will be in solace. All our volunteers will be very pleased. Their anumodhana makes their heart feeling, understand? And so that is how the feedback from the Tabo school lama, understand? Invariably, the lamas, because he invited all those head lamas, so naturally, you see, they have that gratitude. So in turn, they are like going back after reaching their monasteries. So yesterday night itself and today early morning, perhaps they must have conveyed. In the night itself they have conveyed. That is a system. That is a tradition. Understand? There is no taking it granted kind of things that exist in Himalayas for everything. Big or small, they always reciprocate, they express their gratitude. They themselves represent Avalokiteshwaras. Those qualities are abundant in them. Understand?